I called up the representative of AIADMK who said the case is infructuous. I said the case may be infructuous, but then it has been withdrawn. He said no, no. So I respect what the party wants to say. So therefore, I have you gentlemen to decode this for us. Muralidharan, this is a thawing. This is a kind of extending, an olive branch towards Dhinakaran. Do you think it's a prudent step, Muralidharan?
Yeah, there's nothing much to lose here by allowing him back into the party, or taking. Withdrawing the cases against him. Apart from that, we all know this alliance was stitched by the great Gurumurthy, and these guys are very close to Mr. Gurumurthy. So you might even see, OPS is coming into the fold, and along with him, probably Sasikala too. For the simple reason, the BJP does not have even 20 candidates to name for 234. So they need to have, they brought in Sarath Kumar, then Radhika, probably next is Radhika's sister, her spouse, etc. So they need all the support to at least to, show some strength that they have candidates for the number of seats they're going to demand. So this is expected, and nothing much to lose for Edappadi. In fact, just a few hours ago, even Mr. Singotian came out and said 2026 ADMK will form the government with Edappadi's leadership. So he's also like mellowing down. So it's nothing to lose, and it was expected.
Dr. Radhakrishnan, your opening comments on this. My whole point is electoral alliances are stitched up. People, old foes are welcomed into the fold, provided there is some electoral gain to it. But if you look at the recent past of TTV Dhinakaran, there is nothing much to write home about, Dr. Radhakrishnan. Therefore, your opening comments, that is it to get as many people on board to show that we have a strong fort here, that we have so many people guarding it, or it is simply that because they were already part of NDA, so naturally as a corollary they also form part of the AIADMK.
Thank you for the opportunity, Sudha. It's very clear that former Chief Minister and AIADMK General Secretary Edappadi Palaniswami doesn't want TTV Dhinakaran or O Pannirselvam or Sasikala within the AIADMK. There is no question of letting any of the three into the AIADMK. However, he has always his arm has been twisted to withdraw the case, as I understand it, and that's why the reluctance of the AIADMK spokesperson to be on this panel. If you have noticed in Tamil Nadu for the past couple of days, ever since Mr. Amit Shah's visit to Chennai, not a single ADMK spokesperson has been on a television show on any of the shows, and not a single BJP spokesperson has been in any of the shows. It's only been BJP sympathizers and ADMK sympathizers who have been there trying to decipher and decode what's happening. So it's very clear that there's a gag order. In fact, Edappadi Palaniswami made it very clear yesterday. There was a press release yesterday asking people not to talk about it. That said, obviously they don't want trouble from either side with number 2 and number 3 leaders speaking out and speaking out of line. Yes, there is a deliberate attempt to create a strong coalition in Tamil Nadu. That is BJP's game plan, and BJP more than anybody else wants TTV in the fold. So I reckon that the case withdrawal itself is part of TTV's demand to be part of this coalition, wherein ADMK will not have any direct truck with him, but whatever seats is given to BJP, as Mr. Murali also pointed out, part of that will also go to TTV's people. So the idea seems to be that the equations, or rather the alliance, will be between Edappadi Palaniswamy, that is ADMK, and the BJP, and possibly maybe PMK. I'm not sure. Maybe the Vijay party, DMDK. We are not sure again where they will stand. But BJP will also have a side alliance, or rather allocate seats from its portfolio to TTV and possibly the others. Of course, there is no truck.
Yes, sir. Yes. Doctor, you said that his arm was twisted. Are you insinuating that the arm twister happens to be the BJP, sir?
Absolutely.
Right.
Without the BJP's push, there is no way that Edappadi Palaniswamy would have withdrawn the case. See, the issue is this. Issue is that both TTV and TTV Dhinakaran and O Pannirselvam contested against the two-leaf simple in 2024. which AIADMK cadre look at this as kind of betrayal. And if you're going to have some truck with the betrayal, it will not go down well with the party. So definitely, Edappadi Palaniswami has to maintain that he was not in
All right.
in favor of withdrawing the case, but in view of alliance dharma or whatever, he can come up with any explanation that he wants to.
Right.
He was forced to withdraw the case.
Yeah, but Mr. Sriram, let me come to you. Sriram, the thing is that the BJP are masters when it comes to, strategizing or orchestrating electoral games. I mean, no one teach them. No one, at least in the north, and I'm sure all of you know this. Doctor must know it also as, practicing, all of us as journalists. The point is to get TTV Dhinakaran in just to assuage, just to kind of placate him, makes no electoral sense to me at all. If the twisting of the arm happens to be a true story, and not just, I'm sure doctor knows the inside stories well, because I also got to know today from someone from the AIADMK that it was coercion and not voluntary. But Sriram, I want to ask you, what gain does it make? What, like they say, what goes of my father in North India, what will happen with this? I mean, is he not a spent force? I mean, the last elections we saw what he did, and it's not as if, there is going to be a great gain, Sriram. So what is with this, let's be friends again, buddy, kind of a thing?
No, whatever happens in India with regard to political parties, it is the BJP that's being blamed. So that is natural, and I don't see any difference here as well. I think what Mr. Edappadi is probably doing is a very tactical move, which obviously will be a kind of anxiety movement for the opposition camp out here. Certainly, this gentleman has a decent following in the south with the Mukulathor belt, and the narrative that is being told in Tamil Nadu by the opposition party and speakers who come supporting the opposition party that ADMK is in multiple parts. That this move will help that narrative to be cut some extent or the other. So Mr. TTV coming in into the alliance, I'm not against ADMK, is definitely a welcome move. I think that will really help the alliance much better. He does have a decent a chunk of followers in the south where ADMK has not been able to prove its strength. So to that extent, it is going to help. I'm not surprised because however, the opposition camp is fractured is what the opposition party looks out here. Consolidating, against the ruling dispensation in Tamil Nadu is welcome, and I think that's the right thing to do as well.
All right. Murali, tell me something. He brought about the Mukulathor, one of the most influential, if I may say, communities. And of course, EPS has been blamed forever that you drove leaders from that caste away from the AIADMK. Tell me something, Murali. Is there a larger game plan behind this? With Nayanar Nagendran and also, with TTV, getting in TTV and his followers and his cadre, etc., to consolidate the position for the AIADMK to reclaim the lost bastion, as it were. Murali.
Yeah, I mean, I really can't say, Sudha, because see, you take the last election, the difference was only 4.5%. Sure. Right, irrespective of who's there, who's not there, whatever. So for me, I think it's the minority votes which matter the most, if at all, because you bring in DMDK, you bring in PMK, still you're going to fall short. You need somebody 10% kind of player where you Vijay or your NTK Nam Tamil Katchi will fit in. If you don't get NTK or TVK into the fold, you're still going to lose. BJP, I mean DMK, whether you like it or not, they're the strongest, and they're much more tech savvy. They are much more social media present. And if you compare apple to apple, and they have last few years, I mean, in spite BJP, ADMK being in power for more number of years, DMK has acquired all these strengths, and they have a powerful propaganda arm called PEN, Popular Empowerment Network. It is run by the son-in-law of Mr. Stalin, and they have managed to do some fantastic job, and they also have most of the media in their fold. So this has helped them, even though the law and order is in shambles and there are many shortfalls in the governance of DMK, they're able to push all this aside and show different picture to the people and to other states. Everybody thinks, Stalin has done a fantastic job, etc. And his image is so high today, and it's so big. If at all you're looking at an alternative to Modi, I mean, today nobody's talking about Rahul. People probably talk about, nobody's talking about Mamata. Nobody's talking about Kejriwal. It's Stalin is the one who people are looking at. So that kind of image they built in. So whatever these guys are going to do, it's not going to help them. They need to get somebody big, either TVK or NTK. That's the only way to win, or they're going to fall flat.
All right.
And as soon as they aligned with BJP, we all knew it's game over, and it's advantage DMK.
Right. Dr. Radhakrishnan, I also, what Murali said. On the one hand, Stalin is emerging as larger than life, monolithic, the man who is stopping Modi's juggernaut in Tamil Nadu. Even today, I'm sure all of you know what he has said. He said, we don't depend on your administration. We would rather sit out. You take what you have to. Don't tell me we come for arms to you, etc. So here is a man who's come up as somebody who's protecting the Tamil rights. Let's look at the AIADMK. Now, the point is that TTV Dhinakaran has spoken, and let me go. He once said, there is no leader like Modi now. There is nobody who can match his charisma, match the power that he wields. AIADMK that day, it was so clear. Palaniswami was completely quiet. He was just had a kind of a smile on his face that, okay, buddy, you take the floor, I will speak later. I want to ask you that when they have a truck with the BJP, doctor, do you think that they have enough of an ammo in putting up Modi? Here you have a countervailing thing where you are anti-Modi. Do they have enough and more fuel to say, we are for Modi, we are for a stronger Tamil Nadu, doctor?
Yeah, very well put, Sudha. I think we have to realize that, this is an alliance which is born in a lab or probably born out of an equation. X plus Y minus Z equals, to 118 or whatever, which is the, just over the halfway mark in Tamil Nadu of 234 seats in the, legislative assembly. You take BJP's vote share, you take AIADMK's vote share, you take TTV's vote share, you take PMK's vote share, you take DMDK's vote share, and put it all together. And, you can't pretend that, it makes sense and finally it gets you over the line, but that's not how, equations work at the ground level. Ground level, as you correctly pointed out, there is a problem. There is a mismatch in the BJP AIADMK alliance. You have to be seen as standing up for something or standing up to the bully at the center, which is not what AIADMK is doing correctly. It did, of course, have that kind of aura when Chief Minister Edappadi Palaniswami was in power. They stood up. They said no to the three-language policy. They said no to NEET. And there was a 7.5% reservation for village and rural students, which came as a result of that. So there was a time when AIADMK did stand up, and that is why AIADMK could do so well in the 2021 assembly elections. Of course, they lost the elections, but just imagine an alliance which has been in power for 10 years, coming close to a victory, 75 seats out of 234, and they were nearly there. I mean, it was margins in as many as 50 seats. Were so close that they could have actually won the 2021 elections, a third term. You can't even imagine what has happened. So the moment you come over to the other side and ally with the BJP, all that advantage is gone. There is a negative feeling against Modi in Tamil Nadu, against BJP in Tamil Nadu. That is not going to go away. And all these artificial equations born in a lab are not going to set the ball straight and help the BJP AIADMK to get over the line. See, what is the question to be asked is, what is the BJP's aim? As far as I know, it is to throw out DMK from power. How is that achieved? That's the question. What is the long-term plan? 2029, you need a pliable state government here. If that is the aim, then AIADMK should ally with Vijay and the others, as Murali was pointing out, for the 10% gap that is going to happen. So if that is the game plan, they should have allowed the AIADMK to have an alliance with Vijay, or have an alliance with Seeman and the others, and have a pliable government here in Tamil Nadu before going into the extremely crucial 2029 elections, which BJP at this point might win, but then it is just a possibility. But in south of Tamil Nadu, unless they have a good government, in the sense that a pliable government in Tamil Nadu, they are not going to win anything in 2029 either.
Yeah, but then the truck with Vijay was also supposedly tough, because an insider from TBK told me that He's the actor, Dalapathi, is not going to settle for anything less than the chief ministership, but that's neither here nor there. Sriram, I want to ask you, if you look at the caste matrix, although the DMK goes blue in the face, but we all know it's just a farce. Both Dravidian parties, like most parties in India, only base their electoral manifestos based on caste equations as to who gets more. You tell me, with this BJP, with this caste matrix, do you think the AIADMK is on a safe turf by getting Mr. TTV Dhinakaran inside, and perhaps the man who will follow in a day or two, who's just on the marks, get set, go. He's like that. You just have to, fire the gun and he will come in. Mr. OPS, do you think it's a good consolidation when it comes to, if you view it from the prism of caste matrix? Sriram.
No, absolutely. 2021, ADMK, BJP, all of us were in one alliance because of TTV that they lost power. Otherwise, they would have been the third in a row. As RK rightly pointed out, BJP was very much part of the alliance. So there's nothing wrong. It is not that just because they align with BJP, they're going to lose. And let us also not forget the JATCO Geo, which lock, stock and barrel voted for the DMK, the Government Teachers Association, of about 30 lakh votes because they were promised the old pension scheme. They are not going to come with DMK this time because that promise was not kept. They had just become an anti-DMK. So where is this DMK going to get the seat? This is a narrative that is being said. You know what? ADMK just because it's going to, no way. They are going to give a run for the money for this the ruling dispensation. The teachers association are very much not going to be with DMK. They are going to vote for BJP ADMK alliance. I'm sure TTV.
Sriram,
TTV
I agree. Sriram, but what about the minority vote? Now, you may say, oh, what a minority, it does count. Lock, stock and barrel, they will not vote for this alliance. And I am asking you.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Minorities have voted across the country. Minorities have voted in Goa. Christians are the majority in Goa. BJP is ruling. Entire northeastern states of majority is Christian. Lot of Muslim constituencies in UP, BJP have won. This is a narrative, a clear narrative is BJP is a minorities won't come. And BJP is anti-Tamil Nadu. BJP is anti. That's a beautiful narrative. There is an ecosystem that works 24/7 just to ensure BJP doesn't come into Tamil Nadu. We have seen all this, and Amit Shah ji is much, much bigger brain than this ecosystem. And we know how to handle these ecosystems. And you will wait and see what is going to happen coming 2026.
All right. Murali, I want to talk about the other aspect. The mystery and the charisma of Sasikala Natarajan and TTV Dhinakaran. I mean, it's what films are, the stuff films are made of. Larger than life, the gold. It's almost like, everything, Alibaba's cave, as it were. The jewelry, the money, the power, the bureaucrats cowering and kind of, everyone hiding, genuflecting in front of these leaders. Muralidharan, much water has flown under the Kaveri, if I may say so. Tell me something. Does the charisma, the fear, the nervousness, so far as Dhinakaran and Chinnamma or Sasikala Natarajan is concerned, hasn't it been eclipsed, depleted totally? Murali?
It is, Sudha. I mean, I don't think that's going to play a major role, or anybody is, really, waiting for them to come back so that they can vote for the same two leaves or for the alliance and, bring them back to power. I don't think they're all like, it's all weird out, they're not there in the fray anymore. Having said all that, and I just want to tell Mr. Sriram, things which are happening right now, so far the apex court, we were a little upset with the apex court being very silent and mute on various other things, starting with the governance issue. They are woken up. And the second, I think, arrow which was sent out yesterday on the WACC Act, some tough questions by the Supreme Court. So whenever the legislature and the executives fail to do their job, the media which brings it up, and the fourth pillar, which is the judiciary, which wakes up and takes action. And all these, directions, all the actions of the Supreme Court is also going against BJP. We should not forget, because this is not a state like Bihar or UP where people do not read newspapers. Yeah, everybody is, tech savvy and everybody knows what's happening across.
Sitting in Tamil Nadu will not decide whether Bihar reads newspaper or not. That is a very arrogant statement to be made. Everyone will read papers wherever they are. Kindly don't make this kind of arrogant statement. That is not good for yourself. Please respect every citizen in every state that they will
the
read.
fact is you are
Can you
wrapped by the
guarantee the
Supreme
8
Court.
crore people in Tamil Nadu reading newspaper that they will easily say 30% of the people are in Tasmac and drinking? So would you like to take that? That's a very arrogant statement to make. Kindly correct yourself.
Sir, your ED has filed something like 193 cases till date for
Kindly correct yourself.
2015.
Don't be arrogant.
The convictions are only
Don't be
2.
arrogant.
That's just over 1%, sir. Nobody believes in BJP. People in Tamil Nadu, as I said, they're intelligent.
We'll
They know
understand
all
all
these
that.
data,
Be taken
and
care.
they were not going to support you.
All right,
Don't be arrogant.
Dr.
Don't sit
RK.
on
No, it's Sriram, it's
judgment to say
okay.
others are reading and not reading.
Sriram, it's all right. I mean, we are all mature here. We can have a very civil conversation and agree to disagree. Yeah, I mean, you said arrogant 5 times. It's okay, Sriram. I think you didn't hear. Sir, it's okay.
Of course, it is a wrong statement
Let it be.
Sitting here saying that somebody don't read, somebody are not as intelligent as we are.
Yeah, I agree.
Within the country,
I agree.
Just because they vote for BJP doesn't
I
make
agree.
them
I agree, sir. Let's like we.
That is the wrong
Yeah.
statement.
All right. Yeah.
I would make this a statement
Let's leave it at that. Like we say, like Sriram, like we say in Tamil. Pona porudhu. It's okay. Dr. Radhakrishnan, I had to intervene in Tamil so that we all smile a little. Dr. Radhakrishnan, I want to ask you something. Tamil Nadu is also highly emotional as a state. Do you think that when they see TTV and they know that the shadow of Chinnamma is there, even now when I go to Chennai, they talk about Amma, that is Jayalalithaa. They talk about MGR. They say, where is Vadyar, where is Talaivar, where is Puratchi Talaivar and Talevi? Do you think that's gone, that sheen is gone, or you think the AIADMK may actually, because they seem to be, for lack of any other phrase, direct descendants of that woman?
Yeah, absolutely true, Sudha. The problem is that Edappadi is not seen as the legitimate offspring, so to speak, of all these tall leaders. There is a vote percentage for the two-leaf symbol. That definitely will come, and that is because of MGR. That is possibly a little bit because of Jayalalithaa, largely because of MGR. That aura still remains. I mean, it's a mystery. Even now, if you talk to people who are over 60, over 70 in some parts of Tamil Nadu, they will say that they are voting because of MGR and not because of anything else. But beyond that, I think that's largely a sentimental thing. I don't think it will make a big difference in an election. But in a close election, maybe in some constituencies, there is always a possibility that there is some kind of attraction for them. But beyond that, Sudha, the problem is that where are you going to fill the 12% minority votes that will completely move over to the DMK Congress alliance merely because the BJP is part of the AIADMK. As Muralidharan pointed out, there is every day there is something happening in Delhi which is being played out in Tamil Nadu. And I would make a small correction to what Murali said, so that Sriram doesn't get upset. The thing is that the media here actually plays up these stories, unlike the media in Bihar, which is completely in the lap of the BJP, which refuses to play up most of these stories. But here, a Supreme Court order, like for instance, work by usage or something, is headline news in every single media. And even the ADMK BJP alliance itself, Kutani Achi, that is alliance government, is the headline. Which was the next day in the banner headline, 72-point headline, which will not go down well with the people of Tamil Nadu. So that is where the problem starts itself. That is, there is a communication line channel where people get to understand what is exactly happening. And even the Graham Stein's case, the release of the person who has killed Graham Stein and his wife by pouring oil over them and setting them alight. That is not going to work well with the minorities, will it? With the Christian minorities. Try saying that in Tamil Nadu, any place, that we just let out a person who killed Graham Steins and please vote for BJP. It's not going to work. Please vote for ADMK. It's not going to work. That is the main thing. You're going to have 12% of the minority votes completely moving over to the Congress DMK fold. Even though I agree with Sriram that there is a huge governance gap in Tamil Nadu, there is a huge anti-incumbency in Tamil Nadu. But what we see today is that the minorities are left without an alternative, and they gravitate towards DMK Congress, and that is advantage DMK Congress, regardless of all the governance missteps in Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely, Dr. Radhakrishnan, it's about security and dignity, and while it's a TINA factor, like we know, there is no other alternative, but the minorities, yes, of course, have to do work on that very premise. That's why they say that, why is it that the minorities vote en bloc? When they do that, it's because of security and dignity.